Yes, Amsterdam, about the whoring. So, yesterday, I'll give you guys a really quick breakdown of this. I got DM'd by a pretty famous IRL streamer, like pretty big time. Like, you would all know him. On Twitter. And, he's kind of flirty. And he gave me his number. And, I texted him, and he asked to fly me out. And I said, well, what are we going to do if you fly me out? You know, I'd like to hang out, but like, what are we going to do? And he said, like, well, do you want the real answer? I said, yeah. And he said, well, fly you out. We go shopping. We go to dinner. We get drunk. We do a stream together. And then we have sex. And I was like, oh, okay. I'll have to think about it. And I don't really think he meant, like, I don't really think at that point he was like thinking that I was gonna do it, because if you say something like that and you just say like it's basically an exchange of clout for sex. I don't know if any girl would take you up on that offer just like out the gate. Just like, I would have to be a total whore to say, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Like, I get that it's a transaction, but you shouldn't, like, you really have no hope of getting pussy at that point. So I don't know why he said it exactly, but it's kind of depressing. Not gonna lie. I appreciate the honesty, but
all right.
Welcome back. Can I go have a smoke break? I'm dying.
Get out, kid. Get out, kid.
Yes.
I only had that last cigarette.
Do you have the RV key? It's stinky. Sorry, I can't stop doing that.
Here's the case. Empty. Fuck off.
RV key.
I'm keeping the lighter.
Bitch.
All right. So what was Grace telling you dirty stories? Because she has a dirty story.
Hide everything. Why not just take it out and like leave it on the table for me? You know?
Take all. I like it when you have to root through my pockets.
Jeez.
Oh. Little pocket pool. In the corner pocket. Yeah. What did she say? Yes, meeting a streamer. You know, it's interesting. If this guy's gonna fly her out, and she didn't tell you who it was, right? Do you want to know who it is? Do you want to know? I forgot his fucking name. He's Ice Poseidon's buddy. Who is it? Say it. Say the name, and I'll confirm it. Big guy. Not as big as Ice Poseidon, but Action Man. Yeah. Yeah. That's who it is. So, he's like, I'll fly you out, take you to dinner, we'll do some streaming, get drunk, and then, you know, the way it works usually is we'll end the night in intimacy that's not intimate at all. Now, why not take him up on that offer? He's not the type that's going to, force someone. Why not do it for the opportunity to stream? And then just say, thank you. I understand your intention is this, but no one's going to say, like, this is like a contract for prostitution. You know, she's welcome to say, like, that's what you want to do, but I'm not going to do that. But I would do it if, you know, you were able to convince me to do it. Like, isn't that, like, fair? I'm never telling you a secret again, Dad. Good. I don't want to hear about your private sexual life unless you want me to chime in on it. Yeah. I mean, he was kind of honest about the way he sees it going, but he's not saying, like, you got to sign a contract. I think he understands that, like, it's sort of an understanding, but you don't have to honor the understanding. What's the downside? If he shoots his shot and he fails, how does that negative for her? Thorp 2, Ben, would you be willing to be Lalo's first man? Well, I mean, it depends on what you mean. It's on brand, to be fair. Sleeping with that guy is the downside. Well, I mean, sure. Well, it depends if you mean sleeping. I'm sure she would be fine to sleep with him, and he could say, I slept with Grace Thorp. Like, I sleep with Grace Thorp. You know what I mean? And he can play it that way, but I don't think the guy probably even really cares, obviously. He just wants validation, so he can say I slept with Grace Thorp. I don't mind if he says I slept with Grace Thorp. And she can choose to clarify that or not. How does it work for her that he says that? Because, okay, so she doesn't sleep with her dad in that sense. She's open to other, you know, whatever. How doesn't it work for her, right? He didn't just sleep with her. He'd take her virginity. Well, you can't take something unless someone gives it to you. There are people who would take it anyways, but he's not one of them. So he can get... This, I think, is what's going on with Iran, Israel, and the U.S. Everyone is going to say, we did it. Israel says, we took out their whatever capabilities, which they didn't. The U.S. says, we backed Israel, so can you stop, like, telling us what to do? We're responding to our donor class. Iran gets to say, we successfully got them to, we beat them because we did a ceasefire, right? They said regime change. They didn't change the regime, and they tell their people, we hid the nuclear stuff somewhere else. So everyone wins, and really there's not a lot of death and destruction. That's how these wars are going to go from now on. It's just, we have, like, this is the new international order. It's just trolling and bullshit. And I love that. We don't have to worry about it. Israel's not going to send boots on the ground because they get their asses handed to them. America's not going to send boots on the ground because we'd get our asses handed to us. Iran on its own sovereign soil would defeat both the U.S. and Israel with all of their arms and, you know, technical superiority. They'd take a huge loss, but they're not going to get defeated because it's been proven now. Vietnam, Algeria. There has not been an imperial war which an empire has won. Soviets didn't win in Afghanistan. It's not doable, and people know that. So why not just fake it? It's all just a fake. And I love that. No one's using nukes. And, you know, in the Ukraine and Russia, it's boots on the ground, but everyone knows it's stupid. It's just illustrating that this can't work. AC7's roster. Is that what this person's called? AC7 roster is a very select group. This is big time. I do think that's true within a certain sphere of the internet. And yet, anyways, Grace doesn't want to, she had a chance to sleep with Destiny or get flown out by Destiny. And she didn't do that. But she's an IRL person. So why not become one of the, homies? And what's wrong with saying she's their slut? That way they get to say, like, I effed this, like, beautiful, fun girl. And, so they win, she wins, she gets exposure, and who loses? Was Grace the one getting her dick sucked in that Destiny video? I mean, so as long as he doesn't say more than, like, I slept with Grace Thorp, I think she'd be okay with it. Daddy, what are you going to do if I go to Florida? What do you mean Florida? Is he in Florida? It's the least Grace could do for men. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, you're going to get a bump in views. Grace is a great IRL streamer. She wants to keep that career going. So who cares what I do? I can hang around in Florida with you or hang out up here. I don't know why anyone would go to Florida this time of year, but get me a hotel room with air conditioning, I'll be happy, in Taco Bell. It kind of seems a little princessy to say I wouldn't do that. Anyways, she said she wants to, like, lose her virginity to a streamer for clout. So it's virginity. It's not really virginity. No one really knows. You're not going to stream having sex with a guy, but if he wants to intimate he had sex with you and you don't, like, clear those intimations up, who loses? I have no money, LMAO. The first day I don't sleep with him, I'm on the streets. So, well, you got to get him to prepay the hotel room. Right? I mean, these guys actually don't want to have sex with females. I think largely, like, these kind of frat boys just want to have the notch in their belt. They're thinking about what they're going to tell the bros afterwards. They're kind of gay in that sense. Their sexuality is oriented towards males. So if you go, hey, you don't really want to perform, like, can you imagine the whiskey dick or whatever, the sad, let's just fake it and watch TV. And tomorrow when we get up, we'll stream and, you can claim your win and I can claim my clout. And why wouldn't he keep doing it? Why would he throw you out on the streets? If you don't clarify it. I don't think he wants to have sex with Grace. I think he wants to say he had sex with Grace. And I think Grace is fine with that. And he can buy someone, buy a prostitute if he really has to nut at the end of the night. But that's just a little cost of doing business. Grace can pay for it. So now me talking about that on air is probably ruining the whole thing. But I don't know. It's like a complicated thing. It's not obvious that she should say, like, I would never. Hi, Renee. What does Grace gain from that? Well, he said we would stream together. He's not saying you're going to be my. I mean, his whole thing, I think, is to say to his audience, look, I've got this beautiful girl here. She's vibrant. She's hot. Whatever you can say, she's whatever. She's certainly on some levels more whatever than him, right? But he's famous. So what do you mean who gets, what does someone get out of that? She gets clout. He gets to say, like, I got this chick. I don't really see what the problem is. Machiavelli says, another great Ben idea. Can't see anything wrong with it. Yeah, thank you. I don't see anything wrong with it. One stream might not get much clout. I mean, the way this sphere works is, I mean, it's a hugely male audience that I think follows this stuff, right? Because they're all bros. It doesn't take much for them to, you know, they would find it refreshing to have a young, you know, smart, kind of more traditional female. She's their fantasy in many ways, right? They don't want these kind of like 10 piercing tattooed kind of whores. They're like supposedly traditional, right? So I think she's got the chops to like kind of gain a pretty big following from them. Ruby Spacek coming in with her mommy thoughts that are never requested. I said no personally, but you do you, Grace. Okay, Courtney. Dan's going to send says, so Grace gets one stream clout, and this guy isn't as famous as Destiny, who I never heard of before I started watching Ruby and Grace. My brain doesn't understand. I mean, I think he probably is a multi-millionaire and has a very wide following. He isn't like a household name worldwide, but like pretty big. And I don't really understand. This will all end up with Ben and AC7 running off together into the sunset. I'm just saying, it doesn't look like there's any downside. There's no downside. He can't go on and complain that she didn't give it up, because he just looks like a loser for that, you know. She took him for a ride, so he's welcome to intimate things. And Grace's reputation is enhanced with that rumor because the internet currently is convinced of whatever, supposedly, of a different rumor. Action Man is huge on Kick. He's also involved in the online gambling stuff. Yeah. He's not. It's not like her doing something with Adam or something, you know, small. It's much bigger than Darius, I think. There's no downside. He'll demand she fuck him before the stream. No, he said no. He said after. Because this is like a transactional thing, right? This is like, it has a certain thing. You've got to give her the clout. And then the understanding is she's going to give you, you know, sexual whatever, intimacy. I don't know if you call it intimacy, sex, sexual validation. But no one's going to demand. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like, doesn't a prostitute say, like, I need the money up front, I'm not going to get paid afterwards? Or you need to put the money on the dresser. And she's got a pimp, though. If she doesn't have a pimp, she's going to come beat the shit out of him. She needs the money up front. And I'm not that kind of a guy. I'm not that kind of a pimp. So anyways, Rasner says she doesn't have to give him anything. It's all for a chance to shoot his shot. Yeah, right. I mean, obviously and then he can then say she's a bitch she should have given it up last night and she didn't. But I don't see any world in which that would be a W for him. So then they can try it again day 2. It could go on for weeks, months, years, decades. Otherwise, he's just sitting there with his dick in his hands, being kind of an incel. So I am the first kind of guy. And it's interesting. Grace mentioned this to me. It's interesting on the day we sort of give up to go, why not? Take all the pain. It's yours anyway. Yeah, why not have a wedding and all the rest of it? Fake wedding, fake consummation, fake baby. It's the internet. Who cares? It would work for him and for her. Also, Action Man, ugly AF. I mean, I don't think he's ugly. I just don't think he's like... So you're not Brad Pitt. That
So
don't
you're a
impress
rocket
Grace
scientist.
much.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went over Elon Musk.
No, we're
University.
going over this thing about why are you being such a princess? I'd like to know. What is the downside of this offer, of accepting this offer? Let's bring on panelists. Ruby, come on, you fucking whore.
What are the downsides?
Your mommy.
Well, first
your
of all,
mommy. Okay. Ruby, we get it. Your mommy. Come on, it's fun. It'd be fun. Mr. Stinky Brew, you can be the uncle. Okay, we will get the Wallace and Gromit while you're playing, but you're a great conversationalist. Let's have Ruby and Stinky Brew come up and debate whether Grace should. Okay, that's it. We're not going to talk shit about anything else. Let's do it. Let's
downside
go.
is getting stranded in another state with no money and being blacklisted. I mean, like, first of all, I just want to say I don't have a problem. Like, he wasn't.
Well, hold up.
Yeah.
So he's making the analogy to Keemstar. Okay. But the Keemstar arc was certainly a good arc. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
It had its downsides, but like, and you kind of want to keep this thing going where I'm saying like, fuck it. Right. So.
Yeah, I like doing IRL. Yeah.
And this is Florida. All right.
I think
WTF
so.
is here. She's cute.
Hi, WTF. What's up?
What's up, babe?
Hi, Grace. I just want to be unbanned from chat.
You just got timed out.
Do you know for how long?
I think it was 6 hours. How do I untime her out?
Time her out for a less time.
Yeah, but I'd have to go back to
Can it just be 5 minutes?
Yeah, but I don't know how to find you in chat at this point and untime you out.
Wait. Can't you just tell the mods to do it?
Yeah, but you can't, like, see, if I time her out and then her chat gets lost in chat, like it's way up there, then I can't.
Can't she just
untime
chat
her.
again?
No, because she's timed out.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, can't the mods go in and find her and
You can do it, Amsterdamaged? Okay. Thank you.
What did
Okay.
you do, young lady?
She said you were a pedophile pimp. I timed her out for saying that.
I'm a pedophile who's a pimp, or I'm like the pimp in the genre of pedophilia?
I'm
I
not
pimp
sure.
children.
I'm not sure which she meant. Not gonna lie.
Well, either type of that pimping ain't easy.
First of all, I'm not being a princess. I didn't tell him no. I just said like, okay, well, that's interesting. Mostly, the question would be like, okay, well, you
I don't
know,
need clarification on that statement, by the way. It says "Comme de Saint-Germain."
if he is gonna fly me out, what are you gonna do? How's that gonna work? You know, I don't have money. How am I gonna pay for extra stuff?
Well, the
Yada,
idea
yada,
is he's going to
yada.
pay you out. He's going to fly you out and like pay for your dinner, right?
Yeah, right.
Buy the booze.
Yeah, it would be an
Okay,
adventure. I mean,
why would he fly you out and then just stiff you if you say like I just don't have any money? He would say, "Oh, that's great because
I
like, this is
agree.
how this works."
yeah, I don't think that
He's
would be a
going to
big
wine
deal.
you. He's going to dine you, and then
Yeah.
he's hoping to Cole 69 you.
True.
That's right. Okay. But if he wines you and dines you,
No, that's his MO.
excuse me, I don't buy you no Burger King, bitch.
And that's-
You buy me Burger King.
That's true. That's true. Anyways, I don't think I'm being a princess about it. I just
Why not just say yes?
because what are you gonna do?
Oh, it's me. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take off. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to Florida.
Well,
Take
first of all,
off.
how does this work, right? He's not going to buy you a ticket and get all your info, right? He'll just pay you money to fly down. You buy the ticket.
Probably.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're able to get 2 tickets, if you want me to come down there, just get 2 tickets.
Yeah, but then if you're down there, you're gonna need a hotel.
Well,
we
what
don't
is he? What is he going to do? Not get you a place to stay?
No, I'm gonna stay in his apartment. That's the idea. There's no hotel in this deal.
Well, but where are you going to get changed? You're just moving in with him?
The idea would be I'm staying in his apartment.
Well, why not say I just need an apartment? I mean, you got to pay for me a hotel. I need a place to, do my lady stuff. I don't want to do that in your place.
Okay,
gets
I
stinky.
could ask. I'll ask him.
It's stinky. Well, yeah, why not? Well, if he's going to drop $500, just say like, drop $500. We'll do this. I mean, if he's a multi-millionaire, that's not going to matter.
Oh, you know what? I can't fly. I just realized that.
Take the train.
To Florida?
Yeah, there's a train to Florida. You can even bring a car on the train.
True.
You can bring your little vibe on the train. Hide me in the
Could
trunk.
do that.
I'll ride in the trunk like the hobo I am. And the ride, I'm either alive or dead, depending on how the trunk time went. You drive off.
Smuggle Ben in a duffel bag. Why can't you fly? I don't have a real ID.
Yeah, but you can get a real ID, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I could, yeah.
You can get a passport. It's like right over there.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, just... He said I could take my time and think about it. So.
Take well, okay, or we can drive the RV down there.
Yeah, I just... I don't know. It's just like going to Florida, like with the hope that this is going to work out. I'm just so sick of all that stuff. I don't know.
Well, you like the guy, genuinely. I think he's a very likable guy.
Yeah, he's goofy. I think he's
I
funny.
don't know that I would have a big intellectual conversation with him, but like, it's not really what it's about.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Juno, Grace isn't a streamer. She's just Ben's tech guy, but like Grace says she's an IRL person, so.
Yeah, I enjoy doing IRL. I'm never gonna say I don't enjoy it. It's like
Let me ask you this.
genuinely enjoy it.
Ruby's like, Grace, you shouldn't do that, right?
Yeah.
I would say no. Do you believe her?
No.
She would go in a second.
Yes.
That's what you think.
I think so, yeah.
It's hard to see how she wouldn't. Ruby, get up here and defend yourself. I'll get off. Make the argument, Ruby. A young woman's twat is at
Steak.
peril. And you know what happens when it goes the wrong way, right, Ruby? We've all said we could actually literally pull up pictures of your cooch right now
Ruby
and see where Grace could end up, right?
Ruby would do it for a pack of Newports.
Guys, my job at the bookstore requires my dedication. I'm not sure that the book industry could survive me taking 3 days off. Plus, Hernando would be not getting free cigarettes. He could perish.
Wow, look at this. Ruby, if you choose to go on, I'll go on with you as emotional
Yes!
support. Queen, what
No,
WTF?
No, and here's another thing, Ruby. Okay. You have a chance to help a black person. You know how you like black people because you're liberal? white person. Here's your chance to help a young black woman to stream. So you get, and then you could say, I have a black friend. Isn't that important? Not just Hernando. I mean, he literally DM'd me too, and I literally said no. Okay, did he? Can we see that?
Can we see the DM?
Because then you'd be right, and Grace would be wrong.
I'd be wrong.
Does it say what it says? What he said to Grace, or does it say something else? Because I didn't get that DM. Who got it?
Who on earth would pay Ruby a full pack of smokes for sex? The price is
Couple of
too
Lucy's.
high.
Couple of Lucy's. She's there.
DMs versus DMs. Let's go.
Yes. It's time to bring receipts, ladies.
AC7 DM'd me too. It's so STD test for content is good.
Do you think that Ruby is lying?
I actually don't think she's lying.
Wait, how
I don't
would
think
she?
she's a liar like
Excuse
that.
me. How would he know her? She wasn't on the show you were on.
No, I don't know how he would know her. I don't know. Maybe Darius was on that show with her, Princess's show, Love or
Has
Leave
she
or
ever
whatever.
interacted with him? Maybe.
Ruby, stop messaging me. I don't want to try cloud for syphilis. Lol Cow Queens? Through prawn? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that Ruby would lie just straight up like that.
No,
I don't think she
If you
would.
look at her message, it doesn't say that he DM'd me a similar proposal. It doesn't.
No.
It just says he DM'd me.
He's been following me for like a year,
What does following you mean?
like on Twitter.
Oh.
I do think AC7 sends these
You
messages.
mean stalking? Yeah. You're not so special, Grace.
Hey, man, I don't think she would lie. I don't think Ruby would just straight up lie like that. Yappa, yappa, yappa. Show DMs. Ruby, your mouth is moving a lot like a rat. Yappa, yappa, yappa. Quiet, please.
I said from the first, I am the worst kind of guy for you to.
He talked to Ruby before
Be
Grace, and then he sent one to
around.
Becky. Fuck.
Well, can I say this, Ruby? Like a guy, okay, so he's been in and out of rehab. Okay. Let's just say, I think that each of you would have a certain appeal to him. Follow me, bitch. I think Ruby would be the type that's very familiar to him. Like it's kind of just, he sees her as like, kind of like, yeah, this is the kind of person I interact with. You know what I'm saying? She's a junkie. I'm a junkie. We talk about drugs.
Yeah.
We compare tattoos. You know, okay.
Sure.
You, I think, would represent someone who's appealing because you have the trad girl ethos, right?
Sure.
So it's like a little bit more like, in a sense, taking a walk on the wild side, like getting out of my comfort zone. And
I guess so, yeah.
less chance of STDs, less talk about I love this mommy. It's
Please
just
don't
a
do
mother.
this, Grace.
Grace, I'll be taking a shower now, okay? But while I'm going to meditate on my words of wisdom to you, don't do this. But you see what I'm saying?
Okay, Ruby, I won't fuck for clout within the next hour. Thank you for the warning.
I'll be back for you. Don't worry, mommy's just taking a shower to wash her cooch out, which she has displayed on the internet for hours and hours and hours. But when I get back, I'm going to protect you from doing the same thing, which is what you want me to do, right?
Ben and Jerry's cyber terrorism and gang stalking
But the reason she's not live streaming on Chatterbait, her shower,
yeah.
is it because she's become reformed and sees that this isn't good? Or is it that it's just old?
Good question.
It's become, how shall I say, it's the roast beefiness becomes roast beefier with time. Am I right?
I think so.
So maybe it's just really not worth it because you don't have many fans. But so maybe it's just that, maybe it's not love, but maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not caring about you as much as it is envying that. Has she ever seen your cooch?
No. I mean, maybe briefly when we were changing into bikinis.
When we were engaging in oral sex together.
Ben and Jerry are following you?
Did you have any sexual contact with her, Grace?
No, I did not.
You slept with her?
I did sleep with her.
How many nights did you spend in a bed next to her?
3.
What was, and there was no contact?
Well, sometimes she would shake and violently.
You spooned each other.
Maybe no. We were cheek to cheek.
Cheek to cheek.
Yeah.
Did you fart into each other's assholes?
I did fart a few times.
You
hoping she
farted on
wouldn't
her?
Notice. Basically, yes.
Did you didn't like excuse yourself from under the sheets? You created a fart. It was a fart tent.
I Dutch ovened her. Yeah.
Is that called Dutch ovening? Okay.
But also,
So-
she would sometimes violently jerk and shake and kick me during the night
Mm.
due to her drug usage. I can
Where
only
did
assume.
she kick you?
Like in the leg. I'd be like, "What the fuck?" And she'd be fast.
So
asleep.
she was kind of doming you.
I guess in a way.
Yeah. I've never kicked anyone. I mean, kick. You mean kick, not just like.
No, like I mean, like spasm, like that.
Maybe she was trying to get you like turned on.
She
Was
beat your
violent.
she beat your ass in her sleep. It's over. Abusive and violent.
If she had a dream about hot lesbian sex with you while sleeping next to you, is that a sexual experience? Yes.
I would say not for me though. Did the kicks happen after the farts? Good question. It's a blur.
Today's a single pepperoni day, by the way, folks.
Single pepperoni.
Get on your knees. Suck this clitty, please. Suck it, bitch. Suck it, bitch.
That could be a shot from the dream.
But to get back to counterpoints, do you want to try to infiltrate the chat or anything? What do you think?
Makes it
Okay,
transformative.
Chevy
Sorry,
Chong
I'm
has
bringing
something
in
to say here.
previous comments from
Ben,
earlier
keep
in this.
her on the whoring out. Let's see how much Action Man will put up. Playing in 2K. Yeah, like if he's willing to do that, well, then like we're good, right?
I mean, yeah.
So why not? Why assume without asking that he's cheap? Because like he may ask Ruby and he may ask you, but like his number for Ruby may be, let's say, significantly lower because like kind of like, I don't know how to say this delicately, like there's a large supply of rubies. You know what I mean? So supply and demand, not throwing anything. There's like larger supply to the same demand. Very small supply, same demand.
Yeah.
The price would generally be high because you both are females. You both have the requisite things that he wants to be able to tell his bros about. But I do think you're significantly rarer, not better, more rare,
I think that's true compared
Right.
to Rubster.
because you know there are some rumors about you, but those, as you said, those rumors only up your value, right? You're
Compared to the
either,
incest rumors.
let's say you're
Yes.
either a virgin. I would say most people think you're either a virgin with no sexual experience or the only person, and I'm just saying this is like what the rumors would say, the only person you've ever been with sexually is your father, who you love very much, and you had a positive experience of that. In either case, that's like uber trad, right? That's not really like slutty feminist stuff. Either you're
True.
like, that's the ultimate patriarchal move, right?
yeah.
Is to like literally like devote yourself, worship your father.
Yeah, I would
No
say
holds barred.
both of those
So
rumors
that's kind of like not the
are-
like feminist, drug addict, whatever. If your addiction is your dad's masculinity, it's kind of like, all right, guys are like, okay, yeah, like I can see how that could work. I'm kind of sick of these bitches, right? And like,
Yeah.
I kill the old man, whatever, right?
Right,
I like,
right.
I got a lot. I don't have to. It's a low bar, but like she's pro man. So I don't think that would be true of Ruby. Whatever he might be willing to, you know what I mean? The investment might be higher. And on your side, there's a weird way in which it could work for you too, because you could give him a notch in his belt without, while keeping it ambivalent, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he would just have to know, like, to only say this and not more. Just like the Iranians and the Israelis and the U.S. are kind of all playing this game where
Exactly.
they say, like, we won that. Mm-hmm. And in actual fact, really not very much happened at all, I think. But everyone gets to flex. It works for everyone.
Yeah.
And we avoid, like, actually, like, massive casualties. I love it.
I do see the point.
Yeah, it's sort of an optical thing. And here on the internet, it is optics anyways, right? You can kind of create whatever you want.
Yeah.
The only evidence is, and people find it intriguing, who cares? Did Grace sleep with Action Man after they streamed? Did she get the best of him? Did he get the best of her? By talking about that, you both win, right? By having this thing.
True. I win.
What really happened? And we can have Spurgs like counterpoints talk about whether that's ethical for 800 hours, right?
Yeah.
Is that ethical?
I was wondering how he could work a reference to Israel into this.
2K to pretend he fucked Grace. Yeah, I could see him. And actually it'd be better for him to do it over the course of 2 weeks, right? Like, because it's like trad girl. And it gets boring if you're like, oh, okay, I'm like a frat guy. I have these hoes, no offense to Ruby, hoes and burnouts and ex-drug addicts, just that I bang, whatever, right? Okay,
Right,
at what
right.
point? I mean, that's not really much of a flex. To
Right.
say I actually landed a trad girl in some way. She kind of remained trad. I didn't turn her into a whore, or maybe I did, but whatever, right? It's kind of a little more interesting as a streamer than just another round of the same old. No offense to Ruby.
No offense to the Roobster.
Of course, in some ways, Ruby, you're a unique person, but like, let's just say the perception would be that you're just another burned out mid-30s loser on the internet who's, been a prostitute, been a stripper, been a pornographer, done drugs, babbles about rehab constantly, flexes being engaged in massive criminal activity to support, that sort of stuff. I'm saying that's for like a normie guy, that would be like, whoa, right? But like here on the internet, that's kind of like Tuesday, right?
Right,
It's kind of like,
right.
yeah. Okay. And no offense.
Yeah.
But Does anyone know what kind of nipples Grace has? What variety of nipples? Big, small, pink, brown?
King BBC is interested.
What? Well, I'll give you a hint because half of her genetic material is likely to be from me, although we have some questions about that. So I would say larger than average or average, slightly larger than average.
Your nipples are incredibly small.
For a man?
No. What would you guys say? I've always thought you had small nipples.
What do you think about the pepperoni? No, it's larger than average. Let's say it's more darker than average.
Darker? No.
Like more contrast to my skin color than average? Like more like
For a white guy?
pepperoni.
We need Grok to look up average
No?
male nipple size. Your nipple to chest ratio is small.
Really? I always thought I had like rather large nipples.
I am so confused. I thought this guy was her boyfriend. I'm so confused.
Man
I'm so
friend.
confused.
Okay. I mean,